Welcome back to On the Markets, the series where we take the big world of economics and break it down into conversations that actually matter for you. I'm Michael. Emily is off for today, and today's episode is all about Gen Z and money. Gen Z is rewriting the financial playbook from how we earn to how we spend, save, and invest. But here's the big question. Are we building wealth or just vibing with vibes and subscriptions? Let's dive into the numbers, the habits, and the hustle. Here's a stat for you. Gen Z is projected to make up 27% of the global workforce by 2025. That's massive. But surveys show that more than 60% of Gen Z feel financially anxious. Not surprising when you look at student loans, rent hikes, and a job market that feels like a roller coaster. Still, we're not just stressing, we're adapting. Unlike older generations, Gen Z isn't relying on the traditional financial ladder. We're side hustling, freelancing, going remote, and investing earlier than millennials did. The way we see money is shifting big time. Let's talk about how Gen Z spends. If you're listening right now, think about where your last paycheck went. Chances are, a chunk went to subscriptions on Netflix, Spotify, maybe even that workout app you haven't opened in a week. Food delivery and eating out? Huge category. Gen Z spends nearly 40% more on food delivery than millennials at the same age. Fashion is another. TikTok trends can make a pair of sneakers sell out in hours. Now, older folks might call that irresponsible. But here's the twist. Gen Z is also the generation most likely to boycott brands if they're unethical, not sustainable, or socially tone-deaf. In other words, we spend more consciously. Money is not just money, it's identity, activism, and expression. Here's the struggle part. Surveys show nearly 70% of Gen Z feel saving is nearly impossible with today's cost of living. Between rent, rising groceries, and bills, saving feels like a luxury. But here's the surprise. Gen Z is actually saving earlier than millennials. Even if it's small amounts, digital savings apps make it easier to stash away bits here and there. Debt, though, is heavy. Student loans, credit card debt, it's like walking with a backpack full of bricks. And this is shaping how Gen Z thinks about big financial moves, like buying a house. Many are delaying, renting longer, or even skipping home ownership entirely. This is where it gets exciting. Gen Z is the first generation to fully grow up with investment apps in their pocket. Robinhood, Coinbase, Cash App, Bamboo, Chipper, you name it. Stocks, ETFs, even crypto. Gen Z is jumping in much earlier than millennials. But it's not just Wall Street stuff. Side hustles are the real currency. Whether it's drop shipping, content creation, freelancing, or even selling vintage sneakers online, Gen Z has mastered the art of multiple income streams. For many, the 9 to 5 is just one piece of the puzzle, not the whole picture. One 2-year-old I spoke with said, "My main job pays the bills, but my Etsy shop pays for my fun." That's the vibe. Financial diversification as survival. Of course, Gen Z has jokes about money too. Like, I checked my bank account and it said, "Try again later." Or, "I don't believe in savings accounts. I believe in vibes." And my personal favorite, "I'm not broke. I'm just pre-rich." Humor is how we cope with financial stress. Because let's be honest, if you don't laugh at your empty wallet, you'll cry instead. So what does this all mean for Gen Z trying to make money moves? Here are 3 key takeaways. Micro savings matter. Don't wait until you're making 6 figures to start saving. Even small amounts build habits and compound over time. Hustle, but don't burn out. Side hustles can be powerful, but remember, sleep is also a currency. Educate yourself. Finance can feel intimidating, but apps, TikTok explainers, and even podcasts like this one make it easier. Knowledge is free, ignorance is expensive. The future of money is less about climbing one ladder and more about building a web of different streams. Gen Z is already proving that. Now it's up to you. What's your money mindset? Are you team save every penny or team YOLO? That's it for today's episode of Market Matters. Gen Z and money, a complicated relationship, but one that's shaping the future of our economy in ways no one saw coming. I'm Michael, your host, and remember, whether it's pounds, dollars, or vibes, it's all about how you manage it. Bye for now.